Sweet Georgia Brown. Okay, chords, all stuff you've done before. The form of the song is basically as per the sheet, except there's an introductory line, instrumental line, which is the last line of the song, if you like. So C7, E7, A7, D7, G7, C. And then we're into the form of the song there. And then from there on, we basically go through the first two blocks of text, and then we repeat them instrumentally, so just playing, not singing, and then we continue there from the third block of text to the end of the song. You will notice at the very end of the song that there's a double ending line. Who's that Mr. Tainted Sister, Sweet Georgia Brown? Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, Sweet Georgia Brown. Basically, the first time we play it normally, the second time we draw out the last three chords. So instead of them being half a bar D7, half a bar G7, and a full bar of C, they end up being 2 bars of D7, 2 bars of G7, 3 bars of C, and then a C, G7, C stop. So effectively 4 in total. And I'll play those quickly just so you get a feel. So to the last 2 lines. So who's that Mr. Tater Sister, Sweet Georgia Brown? Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, Sweet Georgia Brown. Okay, strum pattern for most of the song is you kind of down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So where we're only missing the up after the 1, but otherwise you're playing everything. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then if you can, you need to try and put a little emphasis on the beats 2 and 4. So that comes with practice. So I'm basically accenting the 2 and the 4 of the bar with a slightly louder down strum there. The only other thing we did was there was a little substitution where we're going on the line Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, Sweet Georgia Brown, where you're playing 2 beats of C, 2 beats of E7, and then going to an A7 bar off. What we looked at was the possibility of doing a C7, B, B flat, A7. To replace the C and the E7, we're replacing it with 2 beats of C7, 1 beat of B7, 1 beat of B flat 7, so that's your bar there, and then you land on the A7. So let me just play those 2 together. So I'm going to play the first one first. So C, E7, A7, or C7, B, B flat, A7. They're actually all 7 chords. I can't say 7 in the time it takes to play them. So, but what you're doing is you're playing, this is basically a second position C7, so a bar across the 3rd fret, and your second finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string from the floor. 2 beats there, and then what we do is we slide that down, 1 down in tone, 1 to become a B7, 1 beat there, and then we do the same again, 1 more to become a B flat 7. So we're just holding that form all the way down, and then if you think about it, if you then slipped your first finger off, you'd end up with an A7. So you're actually playing the form all the way through from C, B, B flat, A7. It's exactly the same shape, but your fingers kind of come off the end in order to get your A7, so you're now behind the nut with your finger here. Hopefully that makes sense. I think in the video I just do it twice. So I'm playing most of the time, well, probably half and half effectively. So the first time in the intro I would play it straight. At the end of the first verse I'd probably play it straight, so the C, E7, A7. And then in the instrumental one, I think there I do that substitution, and then I play through the last 2 blocks of text, and the first time I play it straight, and then on the play out line, the last line, I think I probably do it with the substitutions there. So once again, the substitution, what we're doing is we're just substituting the C, C, E7 with C7, C7, B7, B flat 7, and then we're landing on the A7 where we would normally. Hopefully that makes sense. You should be able to see it in the video reasonably clearly. Sweet Georgia Brown.
1, 2, 3, 4. No girl maid has got a shade on, sweet Georgia Brown. 2 left feet and also neat has sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you just why. You know I don't lie, not much. It's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Since she came, why it's a shame how she cools 'em down. Fellas she can't get, a fella she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, sweet Georgia Brown. Has got a shade on, sweet Georgia Brown. 2 left feet oh so neat as sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you just why. You know I don't lie, not much. All those gifts those courtiers give to sweet Georgia Brown. They buy clothes at fashion shows with $1 down. Oh boy, tip your hat. Oh joy, she's the cat. Who's that Mr. Taylor's sister? Sweet Georgia Brown.